All right, so how you doing, guys? This is going to be a breakdown of Federalist number 10. This is probably going to be the number one document that's on there, my guess, that is going to be on your AP test. Let's go ahead and break it down. Federalist number 10, I'm just going to bring up some talking points. Use the study guide that we covered and the other documents. If you go back to unit number 1, we should have multiple organizers of the individual breakdown of what Federalist number 10 is. I would just say maybe have 5 to 6 main points. And that's what I'm going to talk about in this very, very brief video. I'm going to cover Federalist number 10 and Federalist number 51. 51 talks about checks and balances. Federalist number 10 talks about the idea of factions and how factions can destroy a country. So let's get into it. Federalist number 10, a union can destroy factions of violence. There are a number of citizenships, or a number of citizens is a faction. So, for example, the people that are trying to protest the coronavirus implementations, that would be a faction. The way that you handle factions is through a republic. You empower the representatives that represent those people to act on the behalf of people, which a lot of representatives have done. I will say that they have done that. Many of the representatives from the different rebellious states are supporting their people, and they understand their qualms and their reasons for not listening to the stipulations handed down by the governors of each state. False claims lead to destruction. Governments are too unstable because of overbearing majorities. Factions are motivated by a common cause or passion. You can control factions by destroying the cause or the controlling of its effects. Removing causes destroys liberty. Because if you remove the cause, it's going to take away somebody's individual liberty to believe in whatever they want to believe in. By giving in to the safe opinion, it promotes unity. So even if you don't agree with it, the safe option is usually going to be the one that kind of brings everybody together. For example, the people that want to be out of their homes, it's not that they don't believe in the country. They just believe that I can be outside and still social distance. That's me in particular. I don't wear a mask, but I social distance. So I do believe in that case. So as long as you go with the safe solution, there's going to bring a sense of unity in there. Mankind is subject to animosity. Debate is between those who have and those who do not. No man can be a judge in his own case due to the biased nature. You cannot rely on an enlightened statesman. A true democracy cannot defeat factions. There has been violence to that. A republic is the cure to any faction. Use the representatives. The use of representatives must be limited. Discusses how many representatives should be chosen overall. And then finally, the Constitution brings cooperation to all 3 layers of the levels of government. And again, guys, have your notes in front of you. The notes, as I said, these are the notes that I have. Use your notes in front of you. It's going to be a big help. The other one that I do want to go over very, very quickly is Federalist number 51. That may be on there. As I said, I don't know what questions are going to be on there. And again, try not to text me during the test either, trying to see like what to look for or where should I find this. Can't do that. Federalist number 51 talks about checks and balances will preserve liberty. Branches should not depend on one another. They should kind of look out for their own deal. And then if there's a conflict between the 2 branches, then let's come together, cooperate, and take care of business. If men were angels, no government will be needed. So government is necessary. Remember, Thomas Hobbes did talk about one time that man is greedy, selfish, and robotic by nature, and therefore you would have to need some kind of central government to prevent people from just overthrowing the whole entire system. You have to enable the government to control the governed. So even though we put the government in power, at the end of the day, the government does have a certain duty to keep us in line as well. Legislative authority dominates the Republican government, which we've talked about. The legislative branch is considered the strongest branch because it can impeach the president, it can confirm nominations, it can create laws, pass laws, and it can veto any presidential veto. So there's really not, other than the judicial branch, the legislative branch, if they really want to pass something, they can get it passed. 2 ways that you can look at preventing evil: developing a will in the community independent of the majority, so promoting the minority instead of the majority. Authority is not self-appointed, it's voted. Authority is dependent on society. And civil rights and religious rights should be on the same level. So that's Federalist number 51. I am going to be doing some more of these. I'll probably do Brutus number 1 here in just a little bit. But there's the breakdown of Federalist number 10 and Federalist number 51. Again, 51 might be on there. I think Federalist number 10 will be, and Brutus number 1 will be. That'll be in our next video in just a few minutes. Okay? Thanks, guys.